We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing the foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show!
On the foreign show.
Yes, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? Welcome to that foreign show. I'm Isaac Rakesh.
I'm Celestine Angel, and we're here on that on ADR Networks, activating your senses.
Welcome.
Well. So
Alright. It's been a while, right? It's been a minute.
Yeah, like 2 weeks or something like that. We've been putting reruns, and today we have a wonderful guest with us that we met like in the very beginning of being here. She's
Yes.
Mexican, but she lived in Singapore. So we wanted to talk to her about her experiences and share it with you guys.
Yes, it's going to be a Singaporean kind of episode today.
Yeah.
And
Which is a bit interesting as well, because this month our president, the Singapore president, is actually coming down to Mexico. So I mean, it's already the end of the month. I don't know exactly when he's coming. Maybe he's already here. Well, I'll check with our friends, our Singaporean friends that are arranging the the tour for the president. Like we'll check with them and let you know like next week.
yes, sounds very exciting. And of course, we're gonna cover that here on that foreign show. Thank you guys for joining us. That foreign show, as you know, we begin the thing with a little bit about us and a little bit about what's happening. So,
Yes, yeah, we have changed that. We used to like share like insider information. I mean, it's not completely changed. When we want, we can still do it. Also, here's the space if you want to do advertisements for
Yes.
any of your products or services, and if you want to reach a foreign audience, or if just an English speaking local audience. So we want to talk to you about like our stream.
Yes.
We are talking about Illuminary because we are the vocalists of Illuminary, a Singaporean band here in Mexico, and we are doing streams on YouTube starting this week, like regular streams. And
these streams are kind of we're kind of doing mini segments of our show. Would you say?
like
Like
yes,
a couple.
because
Yeah.
we're going to like share some songs, so it's a show. It's a show basically.
Yeah.
It's We are going to perform, as well as, because we are this is the streams are going to be called the Mystic Mic. So because our genre that we have put together ourselves, like this is what we call our genre. It's called mystic hip hop.
Yes.
So it's basically us just digging deep and exploring what we would like to share from the collective consciousness, and putting it into our art, our music, and all that. So
Our inspiration, our feeling, and our journey as well, and all of that actually kind of goes into this mystic hip hop feeling that that we've been feeling for a while, actually, and that also now kind of artistic, I would say, direction that we are interested about, right? And we're heading towards, and it is something that we have always kind of tied our songs and our compositions to, this subject of yourself.
mysticism.
Yeah, mysticism, spirituality,
Mhm.
and whatever you want to call it, positivity,
Yes,
Yes.
because for us, we are not artists first. We are spiritually exploring life. That's like the focus, and like talking about mystic again, it's also very apt to define the sound that we are currently, because we are new producers, and the sound that we are currently creating has like the whole soundscape of our inner world, which would include all the sounds of Southeast Asia, and they are ancient as well as new, and it really feels uh like mystical, and I wouldn't call it world music, because that's a little bit far, because our sound is so blended to urban beats that there's a strong
Yeah.
focus for us to make it very dancey and very approachable, for like people who want to just groove, and it's not so abstract, and yeah.
Yes. Maybe at some point we were, but right now, the stuff that we're doing is kind of, makes you want to move.
Yeah,
And
we want it relatable, we
yeah.
want it like commercial in the manner of speaking,
Yes.
and we want to reach as many people as possible. Like at this point, that is what we're going for.
And
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us here today. You can check out our songs,
On
on Spotify.
Spotify, yeah.
We are Illuminary on Spotify.
So that's
Okay.
how you spell it here. Double L.
WLA.
2 L's.
So
Mhm.
yes, there's this whole thing also about. I mean, this question. We just did a show actually with a good friend of ours, and it was a comedy night slash performance, and one of the comedians actually made a reference to our name, and obviously when you look at our name, it brings up ideas, familiar. It's a familiar word that you've seen, and we like to take the stance of Illuminary being about that. It's about your personal self, yourself. It's about the exploration of yourself, right?
Right. Okay, we'll more about that later. We are
Yeah.
going to go to commercial, and then after that, we will be here with our guest. Thank you. We are going to a break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
On the foreign show.
Hola, yo soy Alicia Rábago y te invito a que todos los viernes a las 9 de la mañana no te pierdas Acompañándonos. Es un programa que tiene temas de salud, de educación, de bienestar, de crecimiento personal, de estar y compartir. Son programas de interés para ti, para mí y para todos. Así que te espero los viernes 9 a.m. en Acompañándonos por ADR Networks.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Alberto Morales.
Y yo soy Yolanda Muedano.
Y te invitamos a nuestro programa Jite Karate Do, Artes Marciales y Deportes de Contacto.
Todos los lunes en punto de las 9 de la mañana.
Para platicar de lo mejor de las artes marciales.
Aquí en ADR Networks.
Y ADR Sports.
Activando tus sentidos marciales.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Amigos, queremos invitarlos a que no se pierdan La Casa del Pelotero
todos los jueves de 7 a 8 de la noche
a través de ADR Networks.
Activando tus sentidos.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Alberto Morales.
Y yo soy Yolanda Muedano.
Y te invitamos a nuestro programa Jite Karate Do, Artes Marciales y Deportes de Contacto.
Todos los lunes en punto de las 9 de la mañana.
Para platicar de lo mejor de las artes marciales.
Aquí en ADR Networks.
Y ADR Sports.
Activando tus sentidos marciales.
Hola amigos, yo soy Mike y los quiero invitar todos los viernes a la 1 de la tarde a que sintonicen Magic Mike, donde encontrarán las mejores sugerencias para qué ver, qué leer o a dónde ir. No se lo pierdan, viernes 1 de la tarde por ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Hey guys, we're back at TFS, and thank you for staying with us.
On the foreign show.
All
Yes,
right.
yes, what it do? What it do? We are back, and we're
We're
about to
back.
get into the unlikely story of a Mexican who grew up in Singapore.
All right. I think
Yes.
Renata is not backstage yet.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do a little like history. So when we met Renata, she was I think she was just in her early 20s, and I don't even know how old she is right now, but she basically, I think, just came back to Mexico from Singapore not too long.
Hmm.
She was in Singapore from 8 to 19 or something like that. Later we will double check all the numbers with her. And yeah, and so she spent her formative years over there, and she definitely has a lot of like reflections
Yes.
and
Formative indeed, right? 8 to 19. I mean, that's pretty. Those that's a huge chunk of your life, and
mm,
also it's your preteens and
yeah.
yeah.
And like one of the times where when we were hanging out, she actually did ask me, like, because Singapore is very I mean, Singapore is known for being like a phenomenon, like our country's founding father, one of our founding father, Lee Kuan Yew, was like known for how incredibly uh, efficient, or like, I don't know, like he brought Singapore from third world to first world in 30 or 40 years. So it's like an incredible feat that he did, right? So basically, like she was asking me like from that kind of like style of living in Singapore, like, you know, why Mexico? Because it's very different, and Singapore is all about fast, efficient.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing and improving, and actually, I don't really know what's her context of like asking me that. Like, I mean, there's different. I'm sure there are like a lot of different possibilities of that. Oh, okay.
We can get into that. And all right, our guest is here, so let her through. Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Maybe your mic is off. Should be just in front of you. Hmm. It's on. I can see that it's on, but I don't know why we can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm sure she can.
Okay, we heard you that time a little bit.
Hmm. It's kind of strange because I can see that her mic is on.
Hmm. Hmm.
While Renata fix her mic,
No.
I'll fix my hair.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi. Okay, we got you.
Oh God, thank God.
what it do?
Yeah. How do you
No,
do that?
I don't know. I just moved things around.
Okay. So we were sharing with the audience like how like we met you when, like,
Mhm.
maybe you came back just a few years from Singapore when we first met you.
Yeah. Um,
Like,
like 3 years, I think, maybe, because
okay.
you met me when I was
Hmm.
pretty young.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. Like we met you like when you just came back, and you were in Singapore like from 8 to 19. So you
Yes,
were like in
your
your early 20s, or
Yeah, I was
your
like
even younger, I think.
yeah,
your
Mm,
formative years, right? We were saying.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we start there? Why don't you take us back, right? And how did you
Okay.
end up in Singapore, and and what made you guys move here?
I think it was my mom's bravery. and she just wanted something. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, great. I think she just, I mean, my family has always traveled, and I have family in Europe and in the States. But I think my mom didn't want to go to those places. I think she just wanted something entirely different.
Mm. So
Yeah.
she was
Okay,
working.
so
She chose like a job in Singapore, basically, right?
No, no, she didn't. That's the crazy part. She just left because she had a friend there, and she was also Mexican, but she
okay.
had already been installed in Singapore. So she left for a year. We stayed here, and then, well, yeah, she just really liked it and said, "Okay, let's move."
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was completely just
A little bit
to
random.
experience Singapore.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not like the some a company hired her and then so
No,
she chose.
no, it was crazy because usually when people move countries, they have a plan, and it's not like my mom didn't have a plan, but it was a little bit like wanting adventure.
Yeah. We totally get it. That was the same for us.
Yo, we yes, we
Really?
totally get that. We
Yeah.
totally get
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
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 But in your
Crazy
mom's case, it
people.
must have been, yeah, it must have been also interesting because she had you. I mean, you
Yeah,
were,
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
yeah,
She brought you and
Mhm.
like and
My
for us we're
brother.
like just free and easy, right? Oh yeah, and your brother.
your
So
brother.
she
Mhm.
had her two kids and then she brought them and brought you
Yeah.
guys.
And so, what was it like for you guys? I mean, um, tell us about what you remember. I mean, about the whole, moving there and that first
I
impression
mean,
thing.
at first it was kind of crazy because I hadn't traveled just to Cuba, right? So to move to the other side of the world, I didn't even know what to expect. And so that was really crazy. The first year or 8 months, we lived with another Mexican family. They were expats, but they were, well, they were no longer their kids were no longer in their international schools, and they were transitioning to local schools. So we got to transition at the same time. I mean, I was never really an expat, but I was around the foreign crowd for a while.
Well, I mean,
That's interesting.
if you are not local, I
Yeah.
would consider you expat. Like, what do you mean when you say expat?
Oh, the family that we stayed for with 1 year, they were expats, but they lost their jobs and they didn't want to come back. So they just chose entirely different jobs and they put their kids in local schools. And so, but back then I hadn't really integrated into real Singapore. I was like living in a foreign bubble, but I still, I mean, I I knew that I was in Singapore, but I wasn't entirely submerged in the culture.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to, I mean, the international schools are a bit different, the culture
Yeah,
and
Right.
everything, right?
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, like,
It's not that my mom didn't have Singaporean friends; she obviously did, but it, it was just not as submerged. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, totally.
Mm.
Like I mean because I didn't go to like I know you went to what we call neighborhood schools, right? You didn't
yeah.
go to like the international schools or you didn't go to like convents like I did.
My mom wanted us to go to international schools, but I mean, like they're really expensive. And we had heard that the local system was also really good. And I think my mom also wanted us to be more submerged in the culture.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. And I mean, sorry, what was
Was it
that
was that
question?
your mom on the phone?
Yeah, she was my mom on
It
the
was your
phone.
mom. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like a little note for for the audience, we actually met Renata's mom first,
Yes.
and
You
then we
did.
met Renata.
I
Yeah.
think when
Yeah.
you've been in Singapore, you recognize the accent immediately, or I
Of
mean,
course, yeah.
you recognize like, oh, I that looks familiar because you will never see a Singaporean in Mexico,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Like Like
Yeah.
you can hear it from far, you know, like once
Yeah.
in the metro, I heard the accent and we're like
Oh,
creeping over to hear to,
Yeah.
to see if like, you know, it could be Malaysian as well. You know, Malaysians have
yeah, of
very
course.
similar accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, for us, yes, I mean, because we're born there and everything, and then, but for you, that period that you actually spent there, and can you tell us a bit about what that was like, also, and how different it was for you, or what you had to
Sure.
kind of change, you know?
I think that like I didn't realize that I was living in a bubble. And so when I got into when I was much more myself into the culture, I did see the contrast. I was like, wow, okay, this is different. Not in a bad way, not in
Oh,
a
right.
good way, just
Mm.
contrast, you know?
Mm.
And but I'm gonna be honest, I did like a lot of things. I did dislike a lot of things. I mean,
Sure. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, like that is the whole like the whole experience, right? You're
right.
definitely going to
Mm.
to feel something. I mean, you do have your the contrast of your perspectives. Like you lived in Mexico, you went to Singapore, and then now you're back.
Hmm.
So yeah, but like you know, like going back to the like being integrated thing. I mean, just personally because I'm Singaporean, it's interesting for me because I don't know if I was as integrated as you, in fact, you know, because like I never gone to like the neighborhood schools.
Right.
Like in my schools, we only spoke
Yeah.
English. So you probably would in an environment where there are a lot of Chinese people and they're speaking Mandarin around you a lot, right?
Yeah, that was hard because I realized that a lot of people spoke Chinese, and I was like, I don't
Mm.
speak Chinese. And I did realize that they were a little bit exclusive, like they wouldn't always like be accommodating. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. So
Hmm.
I did end up hanging out with a lot of foreigners. There was a guy from Turkey, there was a girl from India, there was a girl from
Mm.
Russia. It's not that I didn't want Singaporean friends. It's not that I didn't have them. It's just it wasn't that easy.
Right. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
totally get it.
Yeah.
And I would say actually that the international community is the experience being with them is also part of being in Singapore because like
Yeah,
for example our friends, I mean, because Singapore is definitely
diverse.
known as being very diverse, very international. So like you
Yeah,
going there, you're going to experience that as well, plus local friends. So the
yeah,
whole thing is the experience, you know? Yeah.
yeah. There's both sides of the coin.
Yeah, yeah.
They're both real. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, was it hard for you finding a sense of yourself, or a sense of belonging?
Mm.
Mm, yeah, it probably was. Like when because I was younger, I was like 12. So I did get anxiety. I was like, who am I? Because I also knew that
Mm.
I wasn't like a stereotype of a Mexican. So I would get a lot of anxiety when I was younger. But I also had foreign friends who would tell me stuff like don't worry about it. This is normal. Like I will notice that my foreign friends who were in local schools were also like they didn't feel completely Singaporean or that they felt anxiety. And once I realized I wasn't the only one, I felt much better because there is nothing more horrible than to feel like you're the only one who feels that way.
Yeah.
No?
It feel like an
Yeah.
outsider or some stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? Yeah, and
No
plus, I mean,
kid wants
I
that.
can just imagine like, cause like also the Singaporean culture is like the way we talk is so short, and you know sometimes it sounds like we're scolding everybody, and
A little bit.
you
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Singaporean style of talking is so like abrupt.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
and then like the Mexican style is long. Like Spanish is like
I think
deliberate and
I think that we are taught to be warm because
yeah, exactly.
I think there is a significant cultural differences. Like if you're blonde here, it's not seen as very kind. Obviously, for Singapore, being more forward means being more. It's a different culture. It's just being more
Like
efficient
impatient. Yeah.
or
Well,
efficient.
why don't we talk a bit about that, because that is a topic that comes up on our show quite a bit also,
Sure.
about this warmth of the Latin culture, or Mexico specifically, right? You said that in here, that you are actually taught how to be warm, or can you tell us a bit about that, and
I
how
think
how
that
it's different?
sure. I think it's just cultural differences. I don't think it's either good or bad. It's just different, and I think that not. I don't know if other Mexicans intellectualize this, like that we are thought to not be blunt or that's seen as rude. Not that you're rude. Is that that's how we are? Like just be warmer or like
Hmm.
not be so forward. But I think Singaporeans are also forward because you care about efficiency.
Yeah,
We care.
totally.
Yeah. So
It's an
if you
efficiency
put that
thing.
if you put that into context, it makes sense,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we are. Yeah, I think people here in Mexico are just not used to being so upfront. When I'm
Yeah.
upfront, even when I'm upfront, people are like, "Oh, she's intense." You know what I mean?
All right.
So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
like
So
too
I mean,
much.
Singapore should be pretty intense for Mexicans then, right? In the working environment, if they are getting
Oh
too,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, even I was told like, chill, like calm down.
Yeah,
To
because
chill out a bit.
because you grew up in Singapore, so you have certain traits from there, right? Like
I
what's
don't have
efficient, what
them
you want.
as much anymore, but I think that yeah, definitely when I was younger, I think people can misunderstand things when they're not put into context. And
Right.
Yeah,
obviously I have to readapt.
right.
Okay, but what do you guys think is this abruptness thing about? Like, I don't think Mexicans are any more indirect, right? I mean, they get their point across. They also communicate,
Mm,
Yeah.
like. But
I mean,
what's the difference you think
maybe the
is?
indirect part is like, for example, like if you if you ask for something, like we have experienced this, like we like somebody tells us, okay, I have this product or something
Mhm.
like that,
Mhm.
like then no, sorry, somebody tells us I have buyers for this product, and then so then we start to proceed with it, and then later
Mhm.
on they realize that for some reason or another it cannot work, and instead of telling us, they drag us for a while.
Yeah,
And this
that's what
happens a
happened
lot.
Um,
before.
This happens a lot. Yeah.
no, I understand. Maybe it's not. Maybe they want connection or more warmth. Again,
Hmm.
it's because maybe for you guys it's about efficiency. It's like, oh great, we have those guys, let's do it. And maybe Americans are
Okay.
like that a little bit too, but we
Hmm.
tend to value connection, warmth, and like elongate conversations and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
No,
Yeah.
the dragging on that I mean is that it's already closed. That means it's not possible. The deal can't be done. But instead of giving us a straight no,
No, we will never do that.
yeah,
Like,
Mm.
there's no straight no's.
there's no trade no's because
Yeah.
it's seen as rude. And
Yeah.
in Singapore, no is just clarity. It's not meant to be rude. It's just being
Yeah.
Exactly.
clear.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think for us, we actually find it rude if, like, our time is being dragged,
Because we
like,
don't care about time.
yeah,
It's,
that's the thing.
yeah.
That's exactly the thing. You
And
got
I
it. Like,
think,
you said
I
it.
feel for you guys because I understand both sides. And I don't think either is wrong. It's just frustrating because it's so different. Because it's like valuing things, different things, And
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not wrong or bad. It's just like, ugh, like I want to understand, but I also want to be myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely, like through all the discussions we've had on our program, we also like always think, there's no right, there's no wrong,
No,
there's only how human behavior is like, right? It's like you
no,
just
but
see.
I think that this is something that people truly underestimate. Like, obviously, we are all human. We all be read. We all have feelings. But I feel like we don't always realize how much culture can drastically change and how something that is seen as good in one culture is seen as rude in others or disrespectful in others. Because, yeah, we don't care about time. Time in Singapore is precious. Like, if
Mm.
you're late, it means that you don't care, right?
Mm, yeah.
Yes. You. It means you don't care, and it means you're not a serious person. It
Exactly.
means you're not. Yeah. You're not to be taken seriously.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But can you
exactly.
give us can you give us some more examples of this thing, that this point that you're saying, like this differences in culture, that also you had to go through?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, in coming back to Mexico,
Oh,
Oh
from
coming
yeah,
back.
Singapore.
definitely.
Yeah.
Coming back, I mean, I didn't feel completely Singaporean. I knew that I wasn't stereotypically Mexican, but coming back, obviously, yeah, I did feel like an alien for a while. I knew that I wasn't like, you know, the stereotype.
Right. Like I mean, just a quick segue. Like, how do you feel now?
Oh, I mean, this is gonna sound very corny, but I feel human. I'm aware that I'm Mexican. I'm aware that I grew up in Singapore. I'm aware that I've traveled, but I
Mm.
feel human. I know that
Just
I'm
you.
not. Yeah, I'm just me exactly. I
Yeah.
know that I'm not like people can still tell that I'm not the typical, but I don't need to be the typical. You guys are
Yeah.
not the typical Singaporeans, right? So
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And also like Mexico City is very
it's
diverse as well,
exactly.
and you can like find a lot of people who are not typical, and it's
Yeah,
okay, right?
I'm not gonna say that it doesn't hurt because all cultures have expectations for a
Mm-hmm.
person, so it does hurt. But once you get past that and you stop taking it seriously, you just show up as yourself, and whoever is able to meet you will meet you.
Right.
Well,
Do you mind sharing some experiences like certain expectations that might be placed on you
I don't
and
know. I don't want to
like
get too personal,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess
Like whatever you feel
uh,
comfortable.
yeah, I think that as a Mexican woman, I didn't always follow certain things, and I feel
Okay.
like
mm,
there was certain pressures, and I didn't appreciate certain behaviors. So yeah.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay. And do you feel that this particular topic that you're sharing, like, do you feel the same back in Singapore, or it's
No,
distinctly
no,
different?
because when you're in Singapore, they know I'm a foreigner. So actually, my teachers
Mm,
had no expectations for me as long as I was respectful or whatever. But when you
mm,
come back, you're Mexican, but at the same time, you're not. So
mm,
when you're in your family, whether you like it or not, people still have expectations. Like I'm sure you guys had expectations back home. And when you're not
yeah,
yes.
able to
totally.
meet when you're not able to meet that, yeah, of course it hurts. But when you
Mm,
get past that and you know that it's not
Yeah.
personal, well you grow, right? It's like
yeah.
Yeah, you grow and you also realize that actually it's more about what you think,
What you
your
yeah,
what
want,
you want,
how you want to
your
live.
yeah,
values. Yeah,
yeah,
Mm.
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, and then maybe in a way it's freeing because
It
since
is.
you're away, you since
You get
during your formative years you were away, so you could just decide who you are, and you didn't
mhm,
need to follow
mhm.
cultural norms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, look, even if you haven't lived abroad, I think that not everybody aligns with the cultural expectations. They do it because
Anyway,
that's
yeah,
expected of them, but it doesn't mean that it
yes,
necessarily makes them happy. So
of course.
when you do have choice to be who you are and to express your authenticity of the nationality as you choose, because you are
mm.
human first, you get to be free and be your own person.
Mm. Yeah, it's a very
So
good conversation we're
yeah,
having.
we're having a nice conversation here on that front.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Renata, and also thank you
Sure.
guys for joining us. But let me ask you this question. Let's jump back to your time when you were in Singapore, right? And you were kind of like integrating into
Mm.
into kind of like what I would describe as the real Singapore, right? The real,
Like the
Yeah.
the street Singapore.
yeah, the street Singapore and the cultural kind of like what Celestine said earlier, neighborhood
Actually, I
school.
don't know if that's street because we also experience a different kind of street. Like the Far East Plaza. I don't know if you actually experienced growing up there. Did you hang out at Far East Plaza? And
I It sounds familiar, but can you remind
it's
me?
in Orchard Road. There's this because it's very famous for like everyone going through. It's like a coming of age place.
Yeah.
Everybody went through there,
Maybe
but
my brother
maybe
probably
your
went there.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, it's just a shopping mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And
just a shopping mall.
right, basically, right,
But I
and it's
mean,
just a
that's
spot,
where you
right?
live, right? That's where you
Yeah.
live
Yeah,
in shopping malls. Yeah.
The fun sport. So like outside of Far East Plaza, there are all these like stone tables,
Yeah.
and everybody will hang out there. So like I used to go down without like making any arrangement with anybody. I would just go down and like all my friends are there. So
That's
it's
really
just fun,
funny.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was a real cultural thing for us also, like about like before you
That
go
sounds
clubbing,
really
you go
familiar.
to the
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So
Singaporeans, we don't do the hugs and the kisses, right? But in
No.
Far East Plaza, we do.
Mhm. Yeah.
so
Like when you meet
yeah,
each
yeah,
other,
yeah.
you do it. I don't know. It was the thing. Like it was very normal then.
Because it was more open. Everybody's open to being open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and plus it was all the races and the international school,
Hmm.
and yeah, and mainly it was like my kind of school, like the convents and the boys' schools.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
did
that kind of
hear
thing.
about the convents. Like everyone would talk about them, that it was mainly girls' schools and boys' schools. But I think my mom didn't want us to go to. We're
Just
not,
one gender,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
and we're not religious. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, what was your impression of like the convents when you were in the neighborhood schools? Like, did you think that it was wild or something? Because I've heard that.
Oh, yeah. I heard people telling me that that were crazy, that the girls were
Mm.
crazy because they didn't get any boys. Some girls would say
Yeah,
that.
or something like
But
boy crazy or something, right? Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know. There might be all
yeah.
kinds of
Yeah,
yeah.
I had friends who used to joke about that. But no, I mean, what did I thought about? Do you want to hear my opinion on what I thought about the Singaporean system?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course, yeah.
Sure. So I liked it and I deeply disliked it. I liked it because you do learn really cool things and it does make you smart,
Hmm.
but you're so under so much pressure and rigidity, and it can be harsh.
Mm. Yeah, very
So
harsh,
it's
like
both.
strict, very strict. Like
Yeah.
Singapore is known for, right? Yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, I didn't feel like you could only be one thing. You know, it's not. I guess that's why there is art schools and
Science.
yeah, so that you have other options because not everybody wants to be a lawyer. And I
Hmm.
just felt like it was a little bit narrow. Like it was made
Mm.
for scientists, lawyers, doctors, but there wasn't truly. It felt okay. It felt utopic in some ways and dystopic in others. Does that make
Wow.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
because I used to love school because of learning, but I didn't really like the system.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think maybe it didn't like encourage creativity. It
Not at
was
all.
it was very
Yeah,
one track, and
yeah.
yeah. I mean, like I would say in the convents, the teachers are probably better because
Mhm.
they are like they lean more towards creativity there, but
Mhm.
like it's still in general we are still getting the Singaporean education system,
And I'm
which
sure
we
there are
which we
also
should also take note. I mean, we should also note, even though we it's not conducive to the individual or the beingness of the individual, but it is one of the top education systems in the world. Like,
I know, I
yeah.
know. I'm aware of that. And I always took the history into consideration, even when I was a child, because
mm,
I was always curious. So I was like, I was always questioning why things are the way they are. And
mm,
something that I have to mention is that before I was actually born in Cancun and I went to a very hippie school in Cancun. So
Okay.
from that to a very rigid system, it
yeah,
was,
wow.
yeah.
So what do you remember
Culture
most? Or can you
shock.
tell us
Yeah.
a bit about like because what we remember at school is like the assembly and everything is very rigid, and
Oh,
and
the assembly was, oh God, you have to sing the national anthem every day. I was like, again? I was like, yeah, it was rigid.
we just did it yesterday, like
No. I
yeah.
used to remember then I think I still know the a national anthem, but I forgot the pledge.
Yeah,
But
the
Yeah, the
I
pledge.
pledge.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
it's like you don't have another choice but to memorize it, and it's like, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, just a little bit about your brother, because we know he's married to a Singaporean and he's living in Singapore. So
Yeah.
for him, it was like when you guys came back, he already integrated, like
My
obviously
brother
there. So
had an easier integration than I did. My brother, I think if you ask my brother, he would have gone to the same similar places as you. And I think my father had a. I mean, he's also older, but and he's a man. Because even though I knew that Singapore was safe, it's not the same thing to move as a man than to move as a woman. Also, he's older, so I think that he integrated a lot easier. And his wife, he knew her when he was a teenager.
from school.
So no, from outside school.
Okay. But
Yeah.
Okay.
during his teenage time, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're good bond then.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, and then like, but for you, have you considered, like, being like your brother, like living back in Singapore again?
No, I wouldn't, but not out of spite or anything like that. I would.
Spite.
No, I mean I know people who have really good experiences, and I know people who don't. But it's not in a bad way. I would like to travel.
Right, I see.
You want to
Yeah,
see
you
more
want
of
to
the
see
world.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not ready to leave Mexico right now. I would like to travel,
Mm.
like, but on my own, or yeah.
So maybe it's a good moment right now to pull up your Instagram page, and maybe you can tell
Ah,
us a
yeah.
bit about what you've been up to, and
Aesthetic Muse, right? It's
yes,
something new
and
Yeah,
that
I see you have an Etsy shop as well, right?
yeah.
yeah, I do. Um, yeah, it's well, I haven't set up everything yet. So based on my writing, I started writing since I'm a child, and I just decided, like this past 4 years, I've been deeply focused on my spirituality, and I just wanted to share people. If you look
Mm-hmm.
up, up,
Arriba.
Okay. All right.
yeah,
I see.
Go to the top.
I, you can tell that. Do you see the top where it says 30 días de presencia, 30 days of presence? So I made
Okay.
journals both in English and Spanish. English because it's supposed to be international, right? And Spanish because I'm based in Mexico. And I know that when it comes to digital products, people can't always find good ones in Spanish. So I
Mm.
wanted to make it
Mm.
universal for everybody. And also, when I started to make these digital journals about questioning things, I noticed that there were very shallow questions, and I wanted to give people something deeper that they could actually use. And nobody likes to be feel exposed. Like even when we go to therapy, we don't tell our therapist everything because there are things that are deeply personal. So these
Mm-hmm.
diaries are meant for people who use it with therapy and to write things that they want to be aware of,
Mm.
and they want
Okay.
to be
Wow. Yeah.
feel
So
guided.
this
Yeah,
it's like a guidebook for them to kind
exactly.
of even have better therapy, right? You were
Yeah,
saying?
along with therapy,
Yes.
it's not better. It's just things that you want to internalize and that you don't feel comfortable telling other people.
Yes. No, I don't mean it's better than therapy, but
No,
it would help a person to be more open
exactly.
to therapy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, like that your questions are deeper than like what they can usually get out there. I mean, I think that's the whole point, right? Because if they're
yeah,
going to get a digital product,
yeah.
they like, if they can think of these questions themselves, then it's like, what's the point of
Exactly.
like
When I
buying the
was
book?
looking
Yeah.
at these journals, I didn't think they were bad. I just thought they were a little bit shallow. And I think that being deep doesn't have to be scary, and getting to know yourself doesn't have to be scary. And the good thing is that you can do it on your own, in your own time. Like, I'm not pressuring, like, none of the questions is like answer now. It's like take it at your own pace and
Right.
find your answers.
Mm. Yeah, and so how long have you started doing this
A few months,
digital
but
products?
a few months, 2 or 3 months, but it's a lot of work to put one
Yeah, I'm sure.
diary
So
together.
people can how do they access? Did they go to your Instagram page and they go to your
Or
See.
Etsy's
you can
link?
just go to my Etsy link called Aesthetic Muse, and you can just go there and get your journal find your own personal answers. They're especially made for women, but I mean, men are open to, finding their answers if they wanted to. It's just women tend to be more introspective usually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or at least maybe they do wanna like attend to these questions, like they wanna see the book, and but
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for them.
Can you give us an example? I mean, without giving away too much, like what is something, a question or something that you guide people with?
Sure. I can tell you how many. Well, for example, the 30 days of presence is you have one. Every page has a title. So the father wound. So in the father wound, you have like 4 questions asking you about questions, but it's not to blame your father, and it's not meant to be corny. It's just certain things that we do, like when it comes to relationships or making money decisions or making money decisions in general. I think that we were a generation that was unfortunately neglected, and sometimes even though we're adults, we don't always know how to, because we didn't always get mirroring or parents. So this is not to blame anyone. It's just for you to be more aware of what you're doing so that you can do it better, like a tool.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not meant to solve your life. It
Yeah.
can, but it's for you to find your answers as an adult.
I think it definitely is important to study all the like the generational traumas that have been passed down to us,
Yeah,
and then the way we were raised, or like, is all part of it. So that can help
yeah,
us to clean
definitely.
ourselves, right? Yeah.
Because like you can we have a lot more freedom than generations did before us, and we shouldn't be carrying the weight of other generations, not out of cruelty. Is because it's our lives, we get our choice, we get which we get to be who we want to be.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. It's like, definitely. I think that your like these digital products are like really great for. Also, this is what it feels like, the like, I don't want to use trend because it plays light on this thing, but it's what the world in general is going towards right now, like
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
well, it kind
Yeah.
of feels like a trend, but it doesn't have to be one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
And
trend means it's temporary, right? Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you also mentioned that they aren't you can't really find that many Spanish good
No, I just
ones.
realized that based on the research that I made, I'm not saying this is the reality, but I did
Hmm.
realize that when it comes to digital products, especially on Etsy, that there wasn't really a market. And I was like, I would hate that to be the case because it's meant to be global. I'm not like excluding anybody. I would grade it in more languages if I knew them, but I just know that a lot of people speak English and a lot of people speak Spanish. I don't speak
Yeah.
Chinese, so
Right.
yeah.
You didn't take Mandarin in school?
I did, but it wasn't easy.
Okay.
And so you consider yourself a non-Chinese
non
speaker.
non non Chinese speaker.
Yes, I'm a non-Chinese speaker. I
Yeah, it's
tried,
very
but,
difficult. Yeah.
but it's difficult. Yeah.
So, Renata, we have come to the end.
Okay.
Could you, like, just give us some of like something that you feel has been like an important lesson for you, that maybe could benefit somebody else just hearing it, like, because of your um like your experiences being away and then being here.
Right. I think that what would be my takeaway? Um, that I think that we don't always see contrast as a good thing, but I think contrast is the thing that makes you grow the most. And that's either adventure, countries, very different life experiences. I think that it doesn't always make sense, but when you put your puzzle together, you come to be the person that you truly want to be, and that's really important for anyone.
Yes, and travel makes this contrast very stark, right? And
Mhm.
it really pushes you to grow.
Yeah, but I was also talking about like we all have contrasting life
Hmm.
experiences, not necessarily traveling. And sometimes having so much contrast doesn't feel like a blessing, but once you grow up and put the pieces together, you realize that everything is complementary. Like connecting the dots, and everything makes sense.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining us here
Thank
on
you.
That Foreign Show.
Thank you for
Thank
being on the
you.
show and being on our show. We want, we invite you to also come back at some point and share
Sure,
with
of
us
course.
your journey.
Of
Yeah, now
course.
you're part of the That Foreign Show family, and we
Yes.
always want to
Thank
catch up
you.
with you, see like,
Yeah.
what's up. Yeah. So
Yeah. Thank you.
So signing off, I'm Isaac Rakesh.
I'm Celestine Angel, and we have Renata Lemus with us, and we are here on ADR Networks, activating your senses.
Peace.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch, and we'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, y'all.